All right, we're back. Looking at NBA All-Star Weekend, which is going to happen next weekend, not this weekend. Everything's set in stone. We got our All-Stars lineup, but we have NBA All-Star Saturday night leading up. Skills competition, three-point shootout, a battle between two stars of the NBA and WNBA, and a slam dunk competition. So we have the key is, yes, the NBA Skills Challenge presented by Kia. We're going to have three teams here. Team Pacers, hometown team, Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Miles Turner. We have the team top picks, Paulo Banchero, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, and team all-stars, Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Maxey, and Trae Young. Three teams there. Obviously, the home team, they usually do that, have a home team representative. In some aspect of the team, Tyrese Halliburton is an all-star, will be competing in the three-point contest and the skills challenge. Benedict Mathurin is a nice, young, promising player for them, has been playing well. Miles Turner, fully ingrained Indiana Pacers, team top picks, which are all number one picks of the past couple of years. Paulo Banchero of the Orlando Magic, Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Victor Wembanyama of the Spurs. So it's going to be interesting to see how the skills competition breaks down. I wonder if they're just going to have them go through the cones, the point guards go through the cones, make the pass, have a shooter, and then have a person finish it off. I don't know how they're going to do that. So that'll be interesting. And then we have Team All-Star comprised of a bunch of young All-Stars that were voted in. Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Maxey, who was having an amazing season, probably most improved on the season, and Trae Young, who is an injury replacement for Joel Embiid heading into this. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm going to go with the hometown team, Tyrese, Benedict Mathurin, and Miles Turner. Probably had some practice time, probably trying to figure that out and get it going on that end. I'm going to go with that. And then we have the starry three-point contest. Damian Lillard, returning champion, coming back. Malik Beasley from the Bucks. Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks. Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers. Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell from the Cleveland Cavs. Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota. And Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young in all these events after being a late addition to the All-Star game. So I wonder if he was there before or after, whatever the case may be. This field is pretty good. Malik Beasley has been on fire from three-point range. Jalen Brunson has been efficient. Tyrese Halliburton knocking down a bunch of clutch threes this year. Donovan Mitchell, I think him more of a scorer, but he ends up in these competitions, but he's able to shoot the ball as well. Lauri Markkanen and Karl Anthony Towns, big men in the three-point contest, change of the NBA. I believe Karl Anthony Towns has one underneath his belt as a champion. Trae Young is rounding it out. This one's going to be tough, but I might go. I don't know if I'm going to go with Damian Lillard. It's got to be somebody else. I don't know if Tyrese Halliburton has a shot for the three-point contest. Who am I going to go with? Let's go with Trae Young. Let's see if Trae Young can do it. I think of him more of a scorer than a shooter, but let's go with Trae Young. I'm going to go with Trae Young in the three-point contest. So we'll see how that goes. And then we have the impromptu challenge between Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu. In a three-point challenge, Steph Curry will be shooting for NBA range. Sabrina will be shooting from WNBA range, but a three-point contest, just a shootout. And we'll see what happens here. This is going to be interesting, too, with the best shooters in the world in their respective sports. And this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. I like this crossover event. They usually do it in the Shooting Stars Challenge where they cross over NBA and WNBA players, but this is an actual straight-up challenge, and I think it should be fun in Indiana. I think it should be a good show, a good showing, and sometimes the three-point contest is better than the dunk contest, but so we'll see what happens with that this year, and that's basically two three-point shooting contests, so we'll see what happens with that, but I'm going with Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is just the greatest shooter of all time, and he is the greatest shooter of all time, and just it's a competition. I believe he has a couple three-point contest championships underneath his belt, so going to go Steph Curry in that battle. Moving on to the NBA dunk contest, who we didn't know who was going to be in it. And then it was rumored that Jaylen Brown was going to be it, but it has been confirmed. Jaylen Brown is in the dunk contest representing my Boston Celtics. So hopefully he does well. Jamie Jaquez Jr., the rookie out of Miami, who has been impressive and playing really well like there. Matt McClung, who won it, I believe, was it last year? But he's of the Orlando G League. very impressive. Usually came out. He was in Philly. He was in Philly at the time he won it. But he's going to be in it, so it's going to be interesting to see that. And Jacob Toppin, Obi Toppin's brother, so of the New York Knicks. So it's going to be interesting to see a nice field here. I'm going to go Mac McClung. Now, the homer in me is saying Jaylen Brown should win it, but we'll see. But I'm going to go with Mac McClung. He has the experience as in the dunk contest and as a dunker. So yeah, Jaylen Brown is more of an in-game dunker. Jaime Jaquez, I haven't seen too many posters for him. And Jacob Toppin, I'm just thinking him and Obi have some moves that they done before in the dunks. So gonna go with Matt McClung. I feel like he already has that experience over those other guys. Now looking to the NBA All-Star game. In the Eastern Conference, we had Halliburton, Lillard, Antetokounmpo, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Paulo Banchero, Bam Adebayo, Trae Young, and Scotty Barnes as the replacements for Joel Embiid and Julius Randle. I would like this team a lot. As I said before, I thought Brunson should have been a starter over Lillard, just the way they were playing at the time when the announcement came out. But I like this team for the East. I felt like a lot of guys there. I don't think there were any snubs there in the East. Maybe people were arguing about Trae Young, people arguing his record and stuff like that. I don't know. People are saying that he should have been in there over Paulo Banchero, but Paulo Banchero has been playing fantastic for the Orlando Magic. So, but Trae Young's in, so everyone's happy. No one can complain about that. In the Western Conference, we got Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, the captain, Nikola Jokic, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Davis to round out the Western Conference. Now, everybody's question here was why were there no Kings picks? And I'm kind of on the side of that. I think I would have either had Booker or Paul George out I just feel like they missed a little couple more games than a De'Aaron Fox or a Domantas Sabonis. I feel like we should have had a Kings representation in the Western Conference because those guys were playing well. So it kind of sucks not having them in that mold, but it is what it is. We're going to continue to move forward and move on. But it should be fun. We're going to get a bunch of dunks, a bunch of threes. It's going to be an entertaining game. But we'll see how that turns out. We got the NBA trade deadline finished up, NBA All-Star Weekend coming up. And so my next episode most likely will be second run predictions as we heading into the playoff mode in these next couple months here. So expectations for the second half of the season and seeing where that goes, as well as on my podcast Ring Takes with Brian and Lewis. We've been having John Escobar join us as well. Check that out. Reaction to the WrestleMania press conference was up. Has been doing pretty good on YouTube. Continue to watch those videos because we're loving the feedback, loving the view rate. Continue to watch, continue to support, like, comment, and subscribe as I bring you more basketball content from the Soapbox Network. Thank you guys for joining me. And until next time.